que onda su pecho arriba, las manos, caballo moreno, penetra tu barrio.
All right, welcome to the very first edition of the show where we call ourselves Wabak Murtabak. So joining us in this show, we have Cousin Roy and Rohan joining us. And
hey, pleasure to be here, mate.
Yep. So a little introduction. Cousin Roy and Rohan actually, in fact, they are during this whole COVID situation.
We needed a haircut and a shave.
Oh, yes, of course.
And also, of course, these two are quite noble people. They are the frontliners. Right, frontliners in a way.
Yeah.
So
just doing my job.
Yeah, a little salute to you all. And of course, let me introduce myself also. I'm Junsen,
and you are the leader of the
Wabak.
what do you call it? No,
Wabak
what do they call
movement.
the first order?
The
first
order.
Murtabak.
The
first
first order.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm making full use of the background.
Right. All on the sides.
Virtual background. Yeah.
One side they're doing the flour, the other side they're doing they're cutting the chicken. And the other side they're doing all the things at the back there. I can see that down there.
That sauce, that sweet sauce.
Yeah, down there, the buttons where you see.
Yeah, those guys.
Sweet sauce over there. Yeah, on your right. Hey, look, some of the guys not working, man.
It's like,
some of the guys on your right, on your left, but you're not working, bro.
He's playing Gallagher.
Okay, that's all good.
Hey, so what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing very well. Actually, been sitting at home. How about you all? I've been sitting at home doing my working from home. Literally,
so throughout that?
Throughout, I only go out once every few weeks to see the sun. But other than that,
I thought you said you went to office. It's like yeah. Just go out for a while, take a walk.
How's what's the situation in your office now? Now since they've okay, of course, when did y'all start like officially working from home?
On the first day itself.
Oh yeah.
Mine's on the first day itself. But the thing is, my office, we are considered under essential services. So some of my colleagues are still going back to office. But in my case, my team, because my entire team and even my job scope, we are able to work remotely.
Work from home.
So my boss was saying, might as well just work from home.
Yeah.
But before they call the MCO, one of the office buildings there, somebody was, positive for COVID. Right?
Correct.
I don't want to say the name of it.
And it was actually,
right?
Yeah, my building was
just before the MCO.
Yeah, one of the first few places that got a scare before the MCO. So what happened is that
for a hint, is after KLCC. So you go back to the news, you'll find out which building it is.
Yeah, and it was the news came out 1 week before the whole MCO was announced, and it was quite
the original MCO law.
Yeah, in March 18. So I remember a week before that, it was quite tense. It was quite tense. My whole office building went into a full-blown panic mode. So what happened was that weekend itself, everyone started to sanitize their office, spray and everything. So it was quite a crazy thing that happened. But the thing is, a lot of people that know my situation, right? They was asking me like, hey, how your office, few floors only away, how is it? Now it's like it's just quite far away, like a few floors above. So the only thing you're worried is that the lift itself. Because
because it's shared lift, right?
So
and then when did y'all officially close down? Like close the office and ask everyone to stay home? When MCO started or before that?
MCO started.
When MCO started.
Yeah, because we were also trying to see what are the SOPs and the steps that needs to be taken. And during the initial stage, it was a little bit of
chaos.
Yeah,
not a little bit, mass chaos.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be nice, trying to be nice.
No, I'll from our perspective, quite a bit. I think it was a bit rash and a bit rushed. That I thought it was not just a bit rushed. I think it was very rushed. I think the relevant people that needed to be informed, and the relevant people that needed to be involved in it were not properly briefed, and everything seemed very slipshod initially.
Everyone was doing
So
their own thing. It's like everyone was coming
correct,
out their own SOPs, and
yeah.
some has a little bit more panicky, some was a little bit more lenient.
You mean when? You mean before the MCO? Or during? Before,
No,
yeah.
just before when they announced the
Yeah.
MCO.
Yeah, there was I mean things, yeah, I think things were not clear and people didn't know who to do what. But you
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the medical side, I think maybe there'll be more confusion there, isn't it? Because you probably wouldn't
Yeah.
know what's happening. Just I remember gave you a call that day and you were telling me like how things were run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
took a month to get
It
there.
yeah, it took a while to get things a bit more sorted out. But the thing is, my clinic was a bit lucky in a sense because we were kind of preparing for the initial influenza outbreak.
Mhm.
So we kind of separated things already, like the fever cases and all we were seeing outside the normal clinic area, and we were started triaging people early,
Mhm.
and so our kind of SOPs were in place, so we were kind of prepared. We just had to modify it a bit more to sort of suit the COVID situation, lah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So well, it didn't. Of course, it took us all by surprise, but didn't. It was not like too much burden on us because the infrastructure was already in place for us to separate and to monitor those who really needed to be seen, lah.
So
But
everything was
in your
so
clinic, there's nobody that they're not housing any COVID patient, isn't it? That's not one of the places, right?
No, okay. See what we don't house COVID patients. We don't. If any COVID patients would have come by, would have been accidental or incidental finding rather than or we don't go and hunt down positive COVID patients either. But every clinic in the district has a turn in transporting positive cases, whether from a private center or from their homes. So every clinic has a team on standby to do that, lah. They will go and pick. They will get the call. The health office will get a call, and then the health office will inform my boss, and then my boss will inform the teams, and then the teams have to get everything in ready, lah. So we have to prep the ambulance, prep the team. If it's stable cases, usually a nurse or the medical assistant goes and picks up the patient. Otherwise, if it's patient is unstable, so that how do we know that is that's why there'll be two MOs in the team. So one MO will call the hospital to find out everything. Usually we send the case to Sungai Buloh lah. So we'll find out whether the beds are ready, everything's ready enough for the patient's arrival. Then the other MO will call the patient himself and ask the patient, how are you? Are you are you having any respiratory distress and all that? Based on that, then we'll decide who to go lah.
but how is the okay? I mean, coming as a medical side of things, as a doctor, how does it his toll on you?
All our leaves have been cancelled. We've been working non-stop since the start of COVID. We did get a bit of a break in the sense that our bosses were nice enough to give us unrecorded leave for 1 day. It was 1 day, so two people take a turn to take leave. And then, of course, the public holidays were still closed. But other than that, we were still full swing. Every week, we still have a standby team for transporting the COVID patients. So the standby team is on standby from 8 to 10 at night, 8 in the morning to 10 at night, Monday till Sunday. So sorry?
Yeah. Every day lah.
Every day. And I was lucky enough to be in the team twice already. And my first stint actually was during patient number 26 That time, that initial spread
Oh.
time.
Okay.
January,
Yeah.
January.
Very early. Very early.
December it started. Early Feb.
Early March lah. Was early March
Early
that
March,
because we were screening the contacts. So that initial part, we were doing all the screenings in the health office area. So none of the screenings were in the clinics. Only much later they introduced the because as the number of patients were increasing and the number of contacts were increasing, so then we introduced screening in the clinic itself. So every clinic had a certain number of patients to screen every day. So mine was a bit unlucky because mine was the start of all the mass screenings during during my first stint, and my second stint was our Old Town screening.
Okay.
So the patient 26 came from which cluster? The
that one not sure. Really not. He apparently went traveling to. He was traveling China, I think. He came in direct contact with some Chinese. Someone was infected from China.
Oh, okay.
So he was nothing to do with the local clusters.
Okay.
That only came much later.
Later on, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the tablet one came in between, right? It slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, that's right.
But when that happened, how did it affected the you all, especially the frontliners?
Oh wow!
Was there a massive chaos or
okay. It was a bit mixed because we did get some walk-ins and said that, but also that there were a lot of people not very forthcoming, so we had to. That's why we had our we had actually at that time initially we had one triage just at the entrance of our clinic. So we only allowed emergency cases, the pregnant mothers, the kids. Only those cases were seen. The fever cases we were screening in a different. Like I said, we already set the influenza. We already had infrastructure for influenza screening, so we were seeing the fever cases outside the clinic. We had a separate team there doing that. Not outside the clinic, that we had a separate building for that. And then so the thing was that despite all this, and then we had a set number. We had a set questions like, okay, did you go and do this? Did you go and attend this? Even then, there were a lot of idiots who just refused to be forthcoming, and that some did slip through the cracks lah.
Okay.
Thankfully, up till now, we never had like a proper kind of full exposure to any COVID patients in the clinic itself lah.
But I think there's a protocol going on already, right? That makes sure ensure all this is also being handled.
Yeah, but still, I mean, even then, we don't know who's positive, who's negative. We're not like, okay, we've tested a lot of people, but we've not tested everyone, so we don't know who's positive. That's why, honestly, I was very skeptical when they said let's start loosening up the MCO. As we were talking about it earlier, the crowds are mad out there. It's as though it's Merdeka all over again.
Everything is lifted. I can see even on social media, everyone is celebrating, and it's as if it's gone.
It's as though we've conquered COVID already. That's not the case. That's not the case at all.
The first week of the CMCO, the first day, some of the pubs they opened. Some friends who went and passed by to check it out. Guys were there hugging each other.
Oh my!
It's like, yeah,
exactly.
Guys, we made it.
Yeah,
we made it.
Oh my God! I tell you,
I'm having a drink now. We're happy. Let's hug. I was like, okay, right.
But I mean, coming to you, Cousin Roy, you are also moving around, observing certain places. So from your observation, what do you see?
Can you imagine going to a place where in the morning there's not supposed to be any cars there because everyone goes to work, and you go there, you got no parking. And then when you go in there, the place is dead. There's nobody outside. Like I went to the low cost housing areas. Okay, somehow or other it just slipped through my mind that the place was a red zone. But I didn't care. I had to go and see what happened to the place because it was put under the EMCO. All right, so the whole area was like
So you
not as bad as the barbed wire one, but the area is EMCO.
okay.
So nobody can come in and out. Police are going around with the public announcement thingy. So I went in there. I knocked at a few doors. Nobody wanted to talk to me in the beginning. Like I'm telling them, I'm a reporter. I'm here. I'm this and that. I just want to find out what's happening. Nobody wanted to talk. Then found one guy who was friendly enough. Spoke to him. Took me to the house.
Well, of course, you were covered up by everything, lah.
That time, did I have the mask? That time, yes, I had the mask. Yeah.
Okay.
I had the mask.
Better have that mask.
You better
Yeah,
have
and
a mask.
I remember I only had two masks, not two bags. And I thought, how come I couldn't find masks anywhere? So somebody donated it to the office, so I took it back. Anyway, when I go there, the place is dead. You only see a few people outside. Our family came down, massive delivery with all the groceries. And then I went to KL. KL was dead. On the first day of the MCO, I drove right across the federal highway from Mid Valley all the way to Subang. It took me 12 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not flying. I'm chilling. I'm just going federal highway is empty. You're gonna hit about 100 lah.
Federal highway is never empty.
It's like
And this
12
is-
minutes. I was like, what? And then later I've been to the markets. Yeah, this one. Yeah, a bit scary lah. But I went to the market. At least the markets I went to, I don't want to name names, but it was well set up, so it was okay that people were controlling. I went to Chowkit a few times, Petaling Street. I'm like a seafood there already, yo. Back lanes and all that. It's me already. It's all good. I went to Chowkit a few times. I got a place. First day it closed down, dead. Nobody there. Didn't know what to do. Spoke to some tourists. Went there again 2 weeks ago. See what was opening. Then I saw Kotaraya, the queue, and I walked to Pudu and all that. I went to Maidin. So place is dead. It's scary, man.
But all those places that is open, are they? Do you think they are actually following the SOPs and protocols?
I like the shops in Petaling Street, straight up. So I went to 3 places. All were following, man. I was shocked. I said they had the paper there. So put your name, put your phone number, your name, phone number, IC number, please. And they had it. I said, wow, okay. So they were doing it. Flower shop, another shop and all that. So I was quite impressed. But some of my colleagues did find places where they were not adhering to. Some of them went to the pub, some of the guys drinking, sitting on the same table. So that's why you can't blame whoever it is who wants to shut it down because nobody's following,
Correct.
But you go to Shankar now and see, man, it's dead. The place is so clean. There's no rubbish. Doesn't smell of piss. You don't see cigarette butts all over the place. And then people's footsteps and they walk on the sidewalk, it's mud and all that. Nothing, man. The place is so clean.
Clean.
There's no.
Not near where I work, lah. Near where I work, it seems like even during the MCO, it was crazy. I tell you, the amount of crowds out there, you would have thought that nothing was happening.
Now, back then. Now,
During the MCO, and then there were some shops that were open. We actually called the cops about a few times, 4 or 5 times during the MCO to come and raid the place. Of course, they come for a while, they raid the place. Then once they're gone, business back as usual lah. The day they lifted when it became CMCO, I have never seen so many motorbikes in my life.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. The crowds were mad.
Oh, you think people are going out just going for a ride lah?
No, not just that. It's now every evening. It's crazy. It's jam packed near where I work.
But do you see them doing the social distancing or not really?
See, there are a few shops that were open and were shut down a couple of times, but now it's reopened again. But now reopened, it seems they're adhering a bit more. But initially, there was zero. Like people were just like crowding into it's sort of a fresh food store. Fresh vegetables and all that. So it was mad. The crowds were mad. And this is during the strict MCO time. And I was like thinking, these people really it's either they don't know or they don't care.
I think they don't care, man. I met one policeman on the streets when I was in Petaling Street, Pudu area. And then he said, if you ask Malaysians and say, "Yeah, please, so stay at home, wash your hands, stand 1 meter away from the person in front of you and behind you." They won't listen. And he, from his mouth, he started telling me, kalau penduduk dekat Australia macam New Zealand tu orang putih, kalau bagi tahu, mereka akan dengar tau. Kalau Malaysia, you kena tegas. I said, you get to be strict with that and tell them, yo, I want to quote Samuel Jackson, but I'm trying not to curse. Stay the F at home.
Exactly,
you
man.
have to say it like
Exactly.
that. Then I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
And honestly, even now, the CMCO is for those certain businesses that have been given privileges to move around. Doesn't mean that COVID's not there. If you don't have business, be out, stay at home.
Because they're forgetting, even though you can catch the sickness and recover because you're young or whatever, you don't want to go through the hassle.
No, it's not just that.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're carrying it to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Anthony Fauci said it the best. He said, if you die, it's fine. It's the other people you kill is the problem.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I feel that is very worrying. It's like if you don't care about yourself, I got no issue. You want to go ahead, you go ahead. But
right.
the impact of you, if you get if you contracted the virus, the impact of you impacting other people is big. If just say you don't care and you go to a place that have 10 people, you're gonna be infecting, I don't know, maybe 80% at least. If you say 80%, you're gonna infect 8 people, and it goes on, and those 8 people don't know, and they're going to infect other 8 people, and 8 people, it just multiplies, and it will just go out of control. So the thing is, I think I don't know. I can't speak on behalf of other people, but I don't know whether do they understand the impact that they will cause or not. I mean, do they want to carry that burden? Do they want to carry that burden on for the rest of their life, right? That they will be causing this to happen because they decided not to be careful.
Themselves.
Yeah. That's the only thing. For me,
no,
I see.
Also another thing. See, I understand. I see. It's not like I don't understand that. It's not that because you're a frontline. I mean, you're a doctor. You've been working for these 2 months, and you've got no break and all that. And now you get them pissed off that now it's CMCO. But okay, I understand that the economic impact of the virus. I really understand it. But the thing is, look at it this way. Why not ride it out for a little longer, let it die off properly, rather than facing a second wave. A second wave cause a longer lockdown and cause further impact. The problem in Malaysia is everything is short term. Everyone thinks short term.
But this is the sad truth for most of us actually. But of course we have to just be very careful right now. But I mean, we're coming to the end of this very first pilot show. So before we end, what would be your message to the people listening out there? Let's start with
stay at home. Stay at home. You still have to stay at home.
You heard it from the doctor.
Unless you absolutely have to, unless some urgent emergency or you need it out there, or what you do is essential, stay at home.
And if you want to go out, please wear a mask, right?
Please protect yourself when you go out, and protect others by protecting yourself.
Cousin Roy?
Well, stock up on Samuel Jackson's, made painstakingly by Samuel L. Jackson. Number 2, I think extending it until June 9 is a good idea. CMCO is open, so some businesses can reopen. Okay, I understand government has no money, but I don't think you need to go out really. Take advantage and just stay at home. It's only once. And also for anybody watching this, if it comes to Raya, just remember it's okay. God is very merciful, and these are unprecedented times.
Yeah.
He loves all his creatures. He loves all his creations. So if one Raya you don't get to see your people, don't worry about it, man. At least everybody is safe and alive.
Actually, talk about it. The other day, I just had I was talking to one of my staff. 2 Rayas already is missed already, and he was really looking forward to go home this Raya.
Where is he
Then when he
from?
called back Kelantan, and he's home. He spoke to the mother. The mother said he's fine.
Mm.
As long as everyone's safe, you stay home. You stay and do your work and stay here.
Raya, it's just
More
a
people
day,
like that.
you know, it's a celebration,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay, you know, like you can either ganti celebrate another time, but what's important now is to be strong.
Mm.
If you have to be alone, but be strong, don't worry.
Be strong.
Later
Correct.
on, you'll reap the rewards.
And use technology like what we
Zoom.
are doing now. Yeah, it brings people close together. We are all at 3 different locations, quite a distance from each other, but
Yeah.
you know, we are all next to each other at the moment now, you see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your wife, talk to your girlfriend.
Right.
Always
Yeah,
keep in
talk to
contact with your
them.
loved ones. I think
Yeah.
this is the time that you really
And yeah, touch, contact, you know, later.
touch the screen. Touch the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Project that love
Mm.
through the screen. Like, see
Through
how
the
I'm
screen.
doing it. This is the love I'm taking, and like, just
Yeah,
spread it.
but don't
Awesome pongalida.
don't love lah. Don't too much love. All right. Okay. So
Okay, guys.
I think
Good chat, man. Been a while, huh? I haven't seen you
Yeah,
in a while,
man.
but
Yeah.
take it easy.
And this, like say again, this is the very first
Yeah.
show that we will be having, and then of course this one a bit serious lah, but I think the following shows will be a bit more lighter, and we'll be talking a little bit more on fun stuff lah. Fun stuff.
We got the movie talk going on, maybe.
Movie
Yeah.
talk. Yeah,
Something
we
fun
do
stuff.
have a few things in
Sports
hand,
also
but,
after that.
so once
Premier
again,
League, man. Missing
Premier League
that.
is coming back. It's coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Hey, Bundesliga starting today, yeah?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
First game today.
Been missing out.
All right. So
All right.
All right.
I'd like to say bye-bye. I'd like to say thank you to Cousin
Cheers,
Roy,
guys.
Peace.
Rohan. Thank you
Love.
so much. Be careful,
Cheers, mate.
you guys. Frontliners. All right. So we will see you.
Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Stay safe and see you at the next show. Bye-bye.
All right. Cheers.